Hi, today we're going unboxing Power Rangers Super MEGAFORCE. There we go. Legendary Ranger Keypad. 3 ways to play. There are 3 keys in here. As you may see, it says Power Rangers MYSTiCFORCE. So you have the red MYSTiCFORCE, Phoenix I believe it was. Green MYSTiCFORCE, Bull or Toro, that one, and yellow MYSTiCFORCE Ranger, which was like a Thunderbird or something like that. So yeah, you know, like they say here, unlock the power. Legendary Ranger keys, they flip open. 3 ways to play. Again, right here, 3 ways to play. But this tells you actually how to play them. Set up. So you set a couple Ranger keys up first. Pick the one that you want to be your launcher. Launch your Ranger key, and then score maximum points by running it in and making the other keys flip open into key mode or something. You know, they really don't have any rules to explain how you play, how you gain points, anything like that. Real Morpher in action. Wow. And then, you know, buy the Morpher for lights and sounds. Download the app, scan the keys, collect them all. So, yeah, there's a ton of Ranger keys to get. So, if we look here, there's Super MEGAFORCE Rangers, which is also known as the Gokai Rangers. Right there. Then you have MEGAFORCE Rangers, which was Super Sentai Go Sayer. Then you have Mighty Morphin Rangers, which was Zuken Rangers. It sounds like Juken Rangers or Juden Rangers, but it's Zuden Rangers. Then, let's see. I know it's kind of hard to focus on the camera because it looks small in pages, but you have Power Rangers Zeo up in here, and then Turbo. And then Power Rangers in Space, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, Power Rangers Time Force, Power Rangers Water Force, or Super Sentai Gao Rangers. Yeah, some of these I still know the Japanese names, so like some of these we will say the Japanese names. Like Power Rangers Ninja Storm, which was Super Sentai Hurricane Ranger. Power Rangers SPD, which was Space Patrol Delta, or Super Sentai Deca Ranger. Power Rangers MYSTiCFORCE, obviously right here, which is what, you know, this package is. Or Super Sentai, let me see, what was it called? Yeah, I kind of skipped one. Majin! Yep, that's what it was. So again, right here, Super Sentai Majin Ranger. And you have Power Rangers Samurai, which is these last ones over here, which is Super Sentai Shinkanger. Super Sentai Shinkanger. So as you know, Power Rangers MYSTiCFORCE right here, or in the Japanese name, Super Sentai Majin Ranger. So MYSTiCFORCE or Majin Ranger or Majin Force. So now you know the Japanese name of MYSTiCFORCE. MYSTiCFORCE in U.S. America, Majin Ranger in Japan for the Japanese one. Nice that they kind of had what they're calling legendary Morpher, even though it's the Gokai Morph Bias. Yeah, it's called the Morph Bias. If you didn't know, in Japan that was the Gokaiser's Morpher was called the Morph Bias. Here in America we call it Legendary Morpher. Big deal. It doesn't really have anything to do with legends, right? So, you know, we'll just cut this little plastic open here. There we go. And then the keys just kind of come out like this, so you kind of take them out. The only key that might be a bit hard is, there we go. So we'll just kind of keep that somewhere as a background. Let's focus and turn our attention down to the keys here. So yeah, you know what? Let's go with the ones that's already in ranger mode. That's what we'll call it. So you know they are smaller than the Japanese keys, obviously, but detail work not too bad. You know they got the little bull horns, pretty good. The little M for MYSTiCFORCE or MEGAFORCE. But kind of looks like a cape going around the back. Of course, obviously, since it's a key, it's not going to have a cape. You know, the little arms, where it looks like he has gloves and the boots on. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there you go. It is PR-020 or PR20, which stands for Power Ranger 20 in the Ranger key. Moving on to this one. Let's see if we can get it. There we go, the camera focus. Let the detail work on a little bird's face, or front of bird, whatever they want to call it. That is just pretty cool, considering that they are a smaller version of the keys, and how it kind of curves up here to look kind of like a face mask for a knight, almost like the little visor. There we go. Better picture of what I mean by where you can find the Ranger key code for the Ranger key numbers. Again, PR20. So this whole pad is pretty much going to be all PR20 codes. Nicely done, and then let's kind of flip this one back down. There you go. Here is the web MYSTiCFORCE one. Yeah, as you can tell, they kind of messed up his face. Let me put him next to the yellow, and let's see if I can bring it in. There we go. As you can tell on the patches here, it's supposed to be kind of like this little spear, kind of a butterfly thing. Well, that's kind of what it looks like to me. Like, you know, you have the point of a spear going down there, and then for the side divisors, kind of a somewhat a butterfly, which is supposed to be a phoenix. Yeah, that's supposed to be a phoenix. As you can tell, it looks pretty cool on the yellow Ranger. As for the red one, if we put the yellow back down and move into the red, yikes! They really messed up. They just put like this little blob there that kind of looks like a scorpion stinger with a lot of spice coming out of it. Not all like how it shows on the box. So that is the one that they pretty much messed up on. I mean, if you buy the Gokaiser version of Super Sentai, if you buy Super Sentai Gokaiser keys, which are the Japanese one, and that one from the Majin Ranger, which is MYSTiCFORCE in Japan, yeah, his face detail is going to look more like how it shows on the box, how we know in America how it was in MYSTiCFORCE. A lot like this one, how you're detailed, unlike this, which looks just horrible, awful. And you know, we'll just flip them up in key mode, flip the arms, grab them, and let's just see it here. And yeah, this one wants to stick a little bit. There we go. So, a little tight at first, you kind of have to loosen up a bit. As you can see, we gotta have the little M here for MYSTiCFORCE or Majin Ranger on the little QR code. Let's bring in the phone, scanner app. We'll set those ones off to the side, and you know what, we'll just flip them up and bring them into key mode. There we go. As you can tell, all of them has the same little... the camera's kind of blowing up now. But I hope you can see this pretty good. All the little symbol for the MYSTiCFORCE, Majin Ranger, M symbol. Okay, we get the camera there. We'll just go here. Scan key. Wait for the app to initialize into key form. Scanner. There we go. It kind of does look like the morph bias. Give it a couple seconds here to kind of catch onto that QR code. Yeah, a lot of times the scanner doesn't really want to scan that good. Let me see if I could just clean off the lens on the camera, on the phone, and yeah. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I don't know, it's not scanning, but for some reason, but you know, some key question. Here's some of the other keys that we already have. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play around and scan in my key question later on, but let's move on and get the morph bias out. What? Oh, I thought this was Power Rangers Mystic Force or Super Sentai Majin Ranger. How did we get Operation Overdrive? Now we got Mystic Force, so.
Super MEGAFORCE.
How did we get Super Meta Force? Yo, it's a red Mystic Force key. That must be why they call it Mystic Force. So yeah, let's try the green key. So that's Mystic Force, like the red one. Yellow key. So apparently all they could say is Mystic Force, Mystic Force, Mystic Force, and the little beeping communicator sound from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It doesn't say like Mystic Force Red, Mystic Force Yellow, Mystic Force Green. Yep. Doesn't even say that. And you know, the keys can go onto the legendary Metasword, even though we know in the Gokaiser series, or Super Sentai Gokaiser, it was called the Gokai O Metasword. Yeah, any of these, we'll just automatically put them to key mode. Can, you know, go in here. Yeah. goes this way. And yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah. So pretty much any key could go in there. I'm not going to use the white key just because it kind of blends in too much. But let's go with the yellow key. Yellow key could go into that. Where was the power button for this? There we go. Push that little button down there. And that flips up. Push it in. So yeah, it works with all the Super MEGAFORCE. Even though we know it's Go Kaiser series. So yeah, it can work with all those things. Just to show you what they mean by that little game that you can play, we'll set them up here. So those are going to be like little toy pins. Here's going to be our launcher. Let's bring the camera down a bit. So you're trying to get 2 points. I guess each one's worth a point. So here we go. I did it! I got 2 points! So yeah. So I guess you pretty much play like some wagers keys are going to be the little bowling pins. One wager key is going to slide along like a bowling ball. So I guess you could play like a bowling game. Unless, that's how I'm taking that it's supposed to be. Unless, you know, you slide it, it hits it, and it's supposed to flip open. That's how you score the point. When it flips open to a ranger key after you knocked it down. I don't know. There's, you know, no instructions except for set them up or set up. Launch your ranger key. Score maximum points. And then here it looks like they are flipped to ranger key to score points. I don't know. It doesn't tell you anything. Also, go on to www.bandai.com/Power Rangers. I'll leave that link down in the description of the video. Thanks for watching the Saban's Power Rangers Super MEGAFORCE Legendary Ranger Key Pat. Power Rangers MYSTiCFORCE keys. Or Super Sentai Majin Ranger keys. Free Pat. Thanks for watching. Remember to rate, subscribe, and leave a comment. Alright, thanks. Bye.